What's going on, Leo ladies? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to the ladies today. Cause if I don't, the universe is gonna stop smacking me in the forehead region. If you're new here, I'm crafting conjure. I give energy readings, tarot readings, oracle, all that stuff, and all that jazz. Returning subscribers, what's up? This goes out to your sun, your moon, and your rising. Singles and couples, cross watchers are welcome. If you want to book a personal reading, please check the description box below, and all that jazz shall be there. It's going to be an interesting winter for quite a few of you. I'm going to assume that some of you are going through an initiation as well, walking towards the goddess, the god, so forth and so on. What may seem dark and negative is not. Omens. What might seem like I'm going to die, or oh my god, that dead bird meant this, or that dead animal meant that, it's not physical. It's, for lack of a better term, quite a few of you all are in a very spooky time and with a transition. And that does make sense due to us moving closer and closer to Samhain and the veil being thin. Even though I can be biased against the veil being thin. But this is going to be something that balances the masculine and feminine polarities within self. I don't mean just, the masculine and feminine that you see so much that people talk about. No disrespect meant to that at all. This is something more ancient within self. This is more of an initiation. It's going to align you to the path of the crone. Now that doesn't mean that the crone is old and things of that nature. It's just the crone is ancient wisdom, so forth and so on, etc., etc., etc. But there's gonna be some interesting omens or signs that you all like to see, and don't let the word omens spook you out, because not every omen is a physical thing that hits on planet Earth. You're not going to get struck by lightning, so forth and so on. And even though this can be classified kind of as the Tower card, I view it as something differently. This deck is something I just roll with. And I think every worker has that one deck where they just run with it. This wisdom is really going to balance you between your path and how you work it on the mundane as well. But you're going to have to trust the knowledge that comes from the crone, the goddess. Maybe it'll be a triple goddess for a few, or maybe an ancestor, but it's not going to come in the form of, birds and bees and all that stuff. It's going to come more on the lines in the form of thoughts, dreams, etc., etc., etc. Maybe a few of you, and I am picking up that some of you are about to learn their ancient family craft, which is a good thing. So yeah, for the opening, don't be spooked out when things start to happen, because we are moving to the darker time of the year, and spirituality can be quite the spooky thing when it really kicks off. But don't let it spook you out. What you see is not bad. It's family, it's ancestors, it's lessons to learn, so forth and so on. Don't worry. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Death cycle as well. That makes sense. Thank you for that confirmation, universe. We want to go into that. So let's see. What do we have? What can we do to help soothe them through this experience? Because I do say, okay, I didn't fall down. Yeah, it's really gonna kind of mess you up a bit. I'm not saying everyone, but this is going to be those shifts and those omens. And I'm not trying to sound doom and gloom. I don't know what's going on with my doom and gloom self, but a lot of things that you experience on a spiritual plane or on this earth plane, until you gain an understanding of it, it can really freak you out. I'm not calling anybody no scaredy cat, but we have a runny toilet. Sorry. I'll shut the door next time. But when things happen on the spiritual plane and they start to manifest on the physical plane, intense energies or very powerful energies, whether they are masculine or feminine in nature, is irrelevant. They can really freak you out, because our consciousness, our conscious mind, is our subconscious knows what's going on. It's like relax, chill, so forth and so on. This is what's happening. But our conscious mind is freaking the hell out, thinking of 1,000 things like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. I did the ritual wrong. Oh man, it's my time. It was all a lie. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Or I'm gonna go to a place that is so dark and cold and scary, and that can leave you up at night thinking about it. But don't, because these omens are to be embraced. These omens are to be understood. These omens are beautiful. For example, I've been walking by plenty of dead birds. I mean, not just any old dead bird, crows and ravens and other things like that. They didn't die by the hands of man. No, they died of, I guess, natural causes. But the energy that I got from it really spooked me out. And there were a couple of times that I was so stressed in life, and I said, "What else could happen?" And then that popped up, and I'm like, "Oh, great, someone's gonna die." And they were the gods and goddesses were like, "No, no, no, it's a transition." And then I went through a rough tower moment that really shook me up emotionally and psychologically and physically. I just felt it in my core. And then I panned out from it and saw the illusion, and gained the lesson from it, and understood which one of my deities it came from. I'm not going to say that came from my deity specifically, but the whole transitional stage. So when those things happen, don't worry too much. Okay, I'm not saying that someone can't kill. I'm not. No, no, no. This is a lot of it is symbolic. A lot of it is very, very, very deep psychological. So when that happens, don't worry too much. Excuse me. Take action on the situation. Take time to sit down and understand it. If you are unsure which bird or whatever it is that you see, whether it's an animal or a dream or whatever, feel free to research it. And find your truth from it, and understand that it is also the dark time of the year, and there are plenty of things. I heard that plenty of you have heard the call, and you kind of sat back and said, "Nah, bro." Now the universe is like, "Okay, all right, well, you're gonna become this high priestess, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna body slam you into that position. There you go, pal." For those that feel like they want to put down the wands, the passion, and just give up altogether, don't do that. I don't know who that resonates with, but there will be sun. Oh, look at your card. Oh yeah. But there will be enlightenment at the end of this. There will be an understanding. There will be a blessing from this. Look at it as the IAO phase, or EIO, the Isis, Apophis, Osiris stage. I've talked about this before. The Isis stage is when you just dump all things generative into the idea. You come up with it, you plant the seeds, you're happy, you're doing your happy dance around it, and all is well. It's growing, and then it seems to hit a brick wall, and then you're in this dark night of the soul, and you don't know what's going on, etc., etc., etc. Things are all just messed up. That's the Apophis stage. And then you come on out of it to the Osiris stage, and that's when you get the understanding of why the hell things happen the way that they did. So look at it like that. There's always a phase in the transition that you have to go through. You can plant the seeds with excitement, ready for the bounty and ready for the crops, but it still has to take its time to get there. And that can be kind of what the hell at times. So, but don't fear so much the path that you're meant to walk, or what you're meant to go through, or dreams you might have, so forth and so on. A lot of dreams, a lot of the time, are very psychological, very symbolic, very internal. So if you have a crazy ass dream, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. But there is things that there's time to learn and grow with and evolve with, so forth and so on, etc., etc., etc. So be open to that. Okay. I heard for those that are going to try to resist, it's not going to go too well, because you are the magician, you are the witch, you are who you need to be, and you need to get out there and do that. You have all the stuff you need, all the supplies, everything you need. You have yourself, you have everything. So just do it. I mean, no matter what path it is that you walk. Over here, we're very accepting of all paths. Do your thing, but walk your path. Walk your path, and for those that are looking for love, love is great to have. But for those who resonate with this, how can you have love if you're defensive of your passions, you're holding them back? Whoever that is, I sense that somebody wants to unfurl their passions towards somebody. Lovers and temperance. They want to unfurl their passions and so forth and so on, but you have so much to share with that individual. And I think that whoever resonates with this, go ahead and take a risk on that. Just, you don't have to be all like husband and wife and shit, but heartbreak can happen in life. It's a possibility it will. Just because you break someone's heart don't mean you break up with them. You can accidentally break somebody's heart. There's a million ways to break somebody's heart. I mean, there is. I'm not laughing at that situation, but there are a billion ways to do that. So, it's not always going to be the way that people think it's going to be, where you say something and you hurt the love of your life, and then it turns into a really retarded 90s rom com where at the end of the day he leaves and you still don't know what his name is. But also, there is emotional stability within it, and that's a good thing to have. All right, what time are we at? Be prepared for your ships to come in, but also take some time to just, go within self and just really balance self out and just be open to the energies of the past coming back, and connecting with those playful, childlike energies and stuff, especially during this time. Don't let those, during this long walk and this long process of going through shift after shift or getting terrified through dreams and signs, so forth and so on. Take it in stride, take it with a grain of salt, and understand that the universe isn't going to throw too much at your ass. Just saying. If you feel like something makes you feel unsafe, go ahead and call your deities in, you know. But I'll be real, a lot of the thoughts that many of you might feel just takes a little bit of introspection time. And you should be good, okay? All right. I think that's all I got for you. I'm gonna leave it here. If this resonates with you in any way, shape, manner, or form, please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. All right. Peace.